Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So a massive dev notes talk with designers has just dropped. There is so much information to break down in this and really giving us a look at what will be coming in the future upcoming season. We even have the name now. Crown of Ashes is going to be the season 7 name, which will have the Empire theme. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's go. So in today's talk with designers, we'll go over the biggest update coming next season and answer some of the questions we've seen players bring up the most lately. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Okay, number one, more ways to use your heroes. So this is something which personally I have really kind of highlighted on in my also state of AFK journey videos. The fact that heroes come and go from the meta way too quickly and they don't really then get much usage after that. So we've seen a lot of discussion around heroes being rotated out too quickly. This is something we've been discussing internally as well. One major reason for this is that simply aren't enough game modes where different heroes can stay useful long term. I completely agree with that. As a result, many heroes lack a clear role in the current state of the game. In the new season, we'll start addressing this by adding more content where a wider variety of heroes can shine. Here's what we're working on. So for PvP, okay, so we have some new information. We'll be launching Supreme League, and there's more information about this later on in the talk with designers in the first version. So the first patch, we're going to have Supreme League. May not be right from the beginning, but it is going to be coming in the first patch. We're also planning a real-time large map guild battle mode, which does seem like, guild v guild type mode, probably PvP. We'll share more details about both of these below. For PvE version 173, which will be the third patch, which will be, probably 3-4 months from now, we'll bring a new multi-team speed mode to Dream Realm. The first version will be available as a limited time event. So basically, this seems, Wand Wars was an event in basically the third patch of this season. Around about that time in the next season, we're going to probably have this limited time game event, which will be a multi-team speed mode, killing the boss quickly. I think this mode isn't just about causing the most total damage. It's about clearing stages faster, and it will be a multi-team mode. So basically, but this seems like it will be a testing feature for a limited time, and then eventually, hopefully, they will incorporate it permanently. And I think that this is going to be a great way, basically, to use more heroes, have more strategies, and hopefully earn more rewards as well. This shift in focus should create more room for different team setups and give you a reason to field a wider variety of heroes, which I think really does need to improve. These updates are only the beginning. We'll keep listening to your feedback and adding more modes over time to expand hero viability and create more room for strategy. We've also received a lot of feedback regarding the soul pack balance. This season, for example, the Graveborn Phantom was a bit too strong, especially in PvP. It was overpowered. This made many players feel forced to invest in one specific faction, creating unnecessary pressure around progression. Going forward, we'll keep improving Phantom design and work toward a better balance between factions. We never want players to feel pigeonholed into one faction just to keep up, or to worry that their investments will lose value when the next season starts. Our goal is to make progression feel safer, more rewarding. So Zoria is basically, she's going to be a one season wonder. After this season, I honestly do not expect Zora to have much usage, and it's just due to how strong the Graveborn Phantom is with stall type heroes. Zora does a perfect stall for the damage, damage over time of the Graveborn Phantom. But I don't know what the fate of Zora is going to be in the upcoming seasons, and I wish there was another S level I could swap her into, but it's only Hepler, and Hepler is not, Hepler also not looking great. Anyway, PvP updates, Supreme League, so this is what was already hinted about. It will be available in the first version, the first patch basically of the new season. It's a new cross-district competition built on Supreme Arena. We want to give PvP enthusiasts a bigger stage where they can face off against strong opponents from other districts. I think this is very necessary. Right now, for many seasons, the top rankers have just been sitting in the top 5 of Supreme Arena without doing anything. And I know that only applies to the top players, of course, but even, the higher ranked players, this is going to give you more actual PvP gameplay and more competition. So, because if we see it here, you will earn qualification points through daily Supreme Arena. Each cycle will last 3 weeks. When a cycle ends, the top 50 players in each district will qualify for the league. So, this is actually going to be not just a whale, basically, whales battling it out. It's also going to be top 50 of each district, which is even the mid spenders, the competitive PvP players, even some, light spenders who are really focused in on PvP. They may be able to make the top 50 cut off in their district and actually qualify. And then all four, and then they're going to be 4 districts will be in this cross district tournament type thing. tournament at the same time. Qualified players will need to build and deploy 5 hero teams for multi-team battles. So this was also expected. Like, it's like Clash Front's Vanguard formation, 5 solid, strong PvP teams. Now, they are probably going to be an auto battle, just like in Clash Fronts. So, like, you're going to have to make a team which is, not really dependent on positioning or like, and so heroes which are more positioning focused, they're not going to be as good. Basically, defensive heroes are going to be good to make a good defense rather than offense heroes. But yeah, this is definitely good. Qualified players will need to build and deploy 5 hero teams for multi-team battles. The competition will progress through qualifiers, Swiss rounds, round of 32, round of 16, semifinals, and finals. And hopefully there'll be rewards attached to this as well. And so this is basically, I think this is pretty much exactly what is needed for the competitive PvP players, the PvP focused players to compete for and try to and have, another basically avenue of more of the top level PvP players battling it out. And it's going to be 4 districts seeming to be in this cross district thing, which should be enough basically players that, there's going to be tough competition. It's not going to be like even the high spenders. It's not going to just be easy for them to get rank 1, right? They're going to have a lot of strategy. They're going to have good team formations. It really is going to be pretty interesting. It's like, because, like for example, just giving my district as an example, there's me and my guildmate who are like, maxed out Paragon 4 whales. Basically, any PvP hero would be Paragon 4. And then even a couple other players who are like really like a lot of Paragon 4s, but maybe not on that same level. But like if you now compare to if you have 4 districts, there's probably going to be, I would have to guess, like maybe 8 to 10 maxed out whale players, and then it will come down to their team formations. So you're actually going to be able to see the rank 1 player is going to have the better team formations than the others. It's not just going to be like he's a high spender, because there's going to be a lot of high spenders competing. So I am looking forward to this, honestly, as a PvP. Like, I'm not I'm not like obsessed with PvP, but I do enjoy PvP and the strategy and the team building. And so I really am going to be looking forward to this. And then maybe we can get, a breakdown and sharing of what were the teams run in each, of this, whatever this thing is called, Supreme League. What was the rank 1 team formations? That can help us and refine our teams and going forward. This will actually be also a way of actually testing the top team formations. The full event spans 2 weeks and will ultimately crown 1 champion. And okay, and so is it going to be 3 weeks followed by a 2-week period? I don't know. It's probably going to be every month or more than a month that this is going to happen, but this is interesting. Players who don't qualify can still get in on the action. On each battle day, you can guess the winners and earn rewards like Stellar Crystals and Trial Essence. So this is also really great. Basically, another avenue to earn Stellar Crystals, which is the most valuable resource in the game, and also, get in basically, betting to basically get your rewards as well. I think that's really good. Everyone's going to be able to participate in it. The event schedule will be unified across all districts, following a 2 days on, 1 day off rhythm. This keeps the competition exciting without making the time commitment too demanding. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to do anything other than deploy your formations or do your betting, I guess. That's basically what they're talking about here, I think. This is the only beginning of our expanded PvP plans. After Supreme League launches, we'll keep improving the format and overall experience. Based on your feedback, we'll continue to explore new types of PvP content so different kinds of PvP players can find modes they enjoy. Now, I'm hoping there's going to be a permanent thing. Each cycle lasts 3 weeks, and from this, I'm getting the assumption there's more than one cycle. I'm hoping it's going to be permanent, because I just don't want one limited time event. We need permanent game modes addition to this game with more rewards, with more like, actually engaging content. So I really need this to be permanent in my opinion, and hopefully going to continue to improve over time, as they're saying here. Okay, future Wand Wars optimization. So that's different PvP. Now we have Wand Wars, which is the fair PvP, real-time fair PvP. Wand Wars received a lot of positive feedback since its launch, which has motivated us to keep making it better. We've also received plenty of suggestions, and we've been brainstorming ways to make the mode healthier, more sustainable, and more fun in the long run. Yeah, because it did get very repetitive and boring towards the end. You knew what the strong heroes are. You're just waiting for you to get your good picks, and that's basically it. Like, after the first few days of the event, hardly anyone was playing anymore. For the sake of balance, we plan to add a rotation system periodically. The pure pool, hero strength, maps, and global battlefield effects will change. I think that's very needed. Of course, for a real-time competitive PvP mode, it has to have changes. It can't become stagnant, otherwise everyone just plays it for a few days and are done with it. This will prevent any single meta formation from dominating for too long and keep the gameplay experience feeling fresh. Many players have also asked for a sparring mode where they can challenge friends, test formations, or even organize their own custom tournaments. This is already in our development pipeline, and we hope to bring it to you in the future update. Now the thing is One War going to come back as another limited time game mode? Is it going to be permanent? I don't know. There's not really any mention about that here. That was vague, but it's just basically saying they are going to improve Wand Wars when it comes back next time, but it could be a limited time event again. Okay, number 3, social experience optimization and guild content. Now, this is a big change as well. Social experience optimization. We've noticed that binding ally servers to district has somewhat restricted how players connect with each other, leaving some social needs unmet. In version 1.7.1, we will completely, so again, the first patch of the new season, we'll completely separate ally servers from districts. So ally servers will be merged based on when they originally open to expand the overall social pool. So what this is sounding like is we're going to actually have a bigger social pool. Ally servers are going to be based on start date. Like for example, like if you're a server, I'm a server G243, then probably servers G242, 241, 240, 239, and then even after 244, 245, 246, maybe all of them are going to be merged together for a social pool. And, but they're not going to actually be in your district. The district is going to be individual server based. So I think that is interesting. This merge won't affect existing mode rankings because it's not affected to your district. So like basically they're solving the social problem by increasing your social pool for guild, like, you know, recruiting for your guild probably. But they are not affecting rankings because your district is still going to be the same number of servers. They're not going to be tied to allied anymore. And you're going to have your regular server ranking, of course, is the same. Moving forward, districts will no longer be formed based on allied servers. Instead, individual servers will be directly matched. Yeah, so that's going to individual servers, not allied servers, for district matching. With this change, you'll have more chances to meet like-minded players and more guilds to choose from. It also gives us more flexibility when setting up districts, which help us better manage the balance between servers. I think overall, this was very needed. There needs to be a bigger social pool. Guilds are lacking players, but basically now having allied servers for guild content to be your allied server base, but your district ranking is still going to be not affected because your district is just going to be tied to the individual servers. They can also then balance the servers more fairly and not have to bring and loop in the allied servers with it all. So I think that's good. Guild structure will be updated. So this one is crazy. Guild member cap increases to 90 members. Now, this first of all may seem like, whoa, that's way too much. But if the allied server, so for example, right now, you have to choose among, I don't know how many allied servers you have. Maybe you have 3 allied servers. Now, let's say we had 15 allied servers or 20 allied servers with us, basically, and each server probably has 50 active players, 100 active players, I don't know, let's say 100. So you could get up to thousands, basically pool of thousands of active players, and then having a 90-member guild is not so crazy anymore. So I think 90 members, honestly, is going to make a bigger community. Some people are worried about the management of it. I can understand that point. However, I do think what I am really excited, and I do think it was a good move, is increasing the social pool with ally servers. That's going to make it easier to fill up an active guild. Now, I also don't exactly know how this is going to work, because if we have 90 members, how is guild supremacy glyph shade boss going to change? You know, how is your weekly guild chest rewards going to change? Like, you know, you're having way more contributors now. So how is everything going to change? I don't really understand that. But I like the allied server direction for social pool, and this one is okay, but we need to see exactly how this is being implemented. And yeah, there's going to be guild mergers structured into the game. We're adding a merge feature to help small and mid-sized guilds join forces. A guild leader can send a merge invitation to another guild. Once both sides confirm the member list, the merge is complete. A countdown timer will be included so the process doesn't stay pending forever. So for example, if right now you have a guild full of 15 active members, and now we're going to have, let's say another 10, 15 allied servers joining in, and they also have their guilds full of 20 active members or 25, you can like structure a 3-way merge or something like that to get everyone, all the active players, consolidated into one guild. And so I understand this, and I'm just curious to see how the different guild events are going to change having 90 members rather than 30, because that seems to be a big difference, right? Okay, counter timer will be included so the process doesn't stay pending forever. More management roles will add a new honorary vice leader role that supports custom titles. This should help larger guilds establish clearer and more efficient management structures. This feature is planned for version 1.7.2. So this is for management of the guild, right? Upgrading the social side of the game is a long-term mission for us. We want to make sure you can always find active friends to team up with, build an awesome guild, and tackle everything a spirit has to offer. I think, this makes a lot of sense, because basically, how we've been playing this game is you're like your contact on a daily basis is just a subset of a small subset of the actual player base, only who are in your allied servers. If they increase it, the social pools of each server, and have like 20 allied servers, 25, I don't know how many they plan to do, it really opens up the amount of interaction you're going to have with other players on a day-to-day basis, not just like in world chat, but actually, you know, whatever your guild missions are, whatever your basically, yeah, you're going to be working together. And like if you have a guild full of 90 active people rather than 30, there's obviously going to be more conversation. There's going to be more social interaction. So I understand where they're coming from with all of that. I think that it is honestly a ballsy move to increase from 30 to 90, but I'm seeing the way that this can actually be a net positive for everyone. And I just hope that it actually turns out well. And I think it really can, depending on how everything is basically going to cater it. And then upgrading the social side of the game, yeah, so build an awesome guild, tackle everything. Okay, guild showdown. As the guild size grows, you need content that brings members together and fosters a sense of belonging. I also definitely agree with this. Right now, there is not enough guild content of working together. And that's why we're launching Guild Showdown version 172. So that sounds like it's also going to be a limited time game mode, only for second patch. I don't know. Format: each week, the system will match your guild against a rival guild from Monday to Friday. So let me just say one thing. I think that I don't understand this limited time game mode thing rather than just making things permanent. I can understand it from the sense of, okay, we're going to try it as a limited time game mode, try to iron out the issues, try to improve it, and see how people like it. But if people really like it and the issues can be fixed or improved upon, why can then it not become a permanent mode? And it seems like a lot of things are just, you know, they're like a temporary mode, and they'll never come back again. Or you just get a reskin version of the same thing later on. I want certain things, especially if they're enjoyable or actual new content, I would like them to be a more permanent thing. Now, they don't have to be, for example, like every day, a daily thing. But like Clash Fronts, we have it 3 times, or 2 times actually, in the season. Why can we not have Guild Showdown 2 or 3 times a season? And then the Supreme League, whatever, 2 or 3 times in the season. Like things like that. I think they should be ongoing, right? Anyway, I don't even know. I don't even know if this is going to be permanent or not. I'm just, because they say version 172, it might just be temporary. So what I'm saying is I would think that permanent is better than making things temporary only. Yeah, so for each week, the system will match your guild against a rival guild. From Monday to Friday, members can earn Showdown passes by completing daily quests, joining 3v3 Vanguard skirmishes, and participating in ranking-based activities. Guild leaders and vice leaders can set the lineup for these Vanguard skirmishes and rewards on Saturday and Sunday. All guild members will pool their Showdown passes together to challenge the guild boss. The 2 match guilds will compete based on total damage dealt to their respective bosses, and the guild with the higher total damage will earn extra rewards for all of its members. So I think that this is interesting. It's like kind of like Guild Supremacy Glyph Shade boss, but like rather than, you know, just all of the guilds you're competing with, you're just going to be competing with one individual guild. And you'll basically, and probably, I hope there's a different guild boss, you know, in different teams, different meta, so that we can use different heroes, but compared to Glyph Shade boss. But yeah, okay, so interesting. With this mode, we want guild members to truly feel like they are fighting side by side rather than just sharing a chat channel. That is the goal, but that's actually difficult to achieve. You know, it is, yeah, but that is a good goal to have. Real-time large map guild battles, unlike Guild Showdown, which unfolds over a full week. This real-time guild battle mode planned for version 173. So again, is this gonna be a temporary thing? Like, all these things sound so cool. I want some of these to actually be refined and made permanent, rather than just having these temporary cool events. Focus on immediate head-to-head combat. 2 guilds will face off directly on a large map with no build-up phase. Victory will come down to entirely to teamwork, coordination, and formation strategy. Alright, this one sounds like, yeah, the PvP expedition type game modes you've had in other games, where you are going to like assign, obviously I don't know, but like probably you are going to assign your teams to different areas, different bases, and progress, and you're going to be competing against someone else, maybe on the same map. And that could be very interesting. But this is going to be crazy if we have 90 member guilds and stuff. I hope the matchmaking is fair, matching like power levels amongst the guilds, activity levels amongst the guilds. Then I think this could be a really interesting game mode, honestly. Two guilds will face off directly on a large map with no ability phase. Victory will come down entirely to teamwork, coordination, formation strategy. Since guild members often have different schedules and time zones, this mode will offer multiple time slots and split pairs into teams accordingly. Players who can't join the real-time battles can still contribute through non-real-time mechanics to help their guild secure the win. We'll share more details as development continues, but please keep your ideas and feedback coming. So definitely, it's essential that in a game like AFK Journey, it has to be convenient for all time schedules. It can't be locked into certain time zones. Or basically windows. It has to be anyone can play at pretty much any time of the day. Now, it seems like there are going to be some time windows here, which is a problem. But hopefully there will be enough opportunities or different time windows that like everyone will be able to, work it out for their schedule. Okay, AFK stage optimization. So honestly, let me just talk about AFK stages this phase. Personally, this phase also is a tough grind for AFK stages. Phase 2 as well was a tough grind. And like I'm only at like 900 AFK's Apex stage. There's still 900 more to go. It's just like at this point, I'm so tired of pushing AFK stages, Apex stages, but I still feel that pressure that in order to get all my rewards, I have to get it done. There's just like, even if they're auto battle records, you have to keep changing your team like every 1 or 2 stages to a different team because like there's no one team, one formation that fits all stages, unfortunately. And I mean, I understand that like that would also be broken if that was the case. But like, I mean, come on, like at the end of the phase or something, I just want it to be so easy for me to just brush through it all, finish it all up. I don't know, but like, yeah, anyway, AFK stage progression optimization for a better AFK progression experience. We'll be adding an official built-in speed up function. Okay. So, basically, this is going to be useful. It's going to save us time, having more speed up, because right now you have like ×3 speed. Please also, can you cut out the ultimate animations in the battle? The Twins ultimate animation is like doubling the time you have to actually spend in the fight. Even in anything, even in Dream or Primal Lord and things, but like, can we just cut out? We've seen the twins dance. Everyone has seen the twins dance like thousands of times. No one needs to see it anymore. So as well as a speed up function, can we just cut out the ultimates from the battle? Like, I don't know how that would be possible, but yeah. We'll also continue reviewing stages where certain enemy mechanics are too strong or out of balance, making adjustments where necessary to ensure the overall difficulty curve is smoother and more reasonable. Okay. Okay, recommended formation optimizations. Recommended formation records are okay. So this is important, and this is something I've also been asking for actively, and I'm glad that they are working on this. And it seems I'm very optimistic about this. Basically, the record formations that show up to you. So the two main issues are first and they're trying to fix it in the first patch of the new season. Recommended formations often look too similar, making them poor reference points. Yeah, you're gonna see Saida Alna, move back 1 tile, Saida Alna, move front 1 tile. Like, they're all the same thing, but just there's one, Valara 1 tile to the left, or Celeste 1 tile to the right, but they're all basically the same formation. So we'll cap how often the exact same formation can appear so you can see a wider variety of viable hero compositions. Okay, that's good. But more importantly, recommended formations don't always match the heroes you own. Yes, so like you look at, for example, someone's account who doesn't have Saida. Every single recommended formation is Saida. So you're like, I mean, there must have been some team that cleared this without Saida. Normally that is the case, but it just doesn't populate in the recommended formations. So now, recommended formations will be increasing the algorithm's penalty for formations that include heroes you're missing. Yes, this is very needed. And in fact, not only penalty, I think that at a point, it should just ignore them. But you're going to see later, this is good. In version 171, AFK Stage formation records will also have a feature on only show owned heroes filter. Yes. This is exactly what is needed, because then you can go to a stage, you can do only show own heroes filter, you toggle it on, and then you'll see formations that are actually clearable with your heroes. And if there's none, if there's 0, then I guess that means that everyone needed Saida to clear that stage or whatever. But anyway, ensuring the results actually align with your current hero pool and progression. I think this is really big, and this was very needed, and I am hoping that this is going to work as intended, and that'll be great. Much like the tags we previously added to formation records, these above features will need a little time post-launch to build up enough formation data to work properly. So yeah, don't expect it to work well on day 1, basically. We'll be closely monitoring your feedback as the system learns. Okay, number 5. Response to recent player feedback. We've also compiled a list of frequent issues players have brought up recently. These will be fixed or improved in either version 164 or 171. 164 Duo Trials. We'll add an auto battle feature to reduce the amount of manual play needed. Like, I mean, okay, auto battle is fine, but we need it in the background. Just like in Legend Trial Tower and also Duo Trials Tower. There should be auto progress in the background. Like, you do auto battle, auto progress, you minimize out, and you start doing the rest of your stuff and your daily activities. Just like we have in AFK stages. I think that is very needed for Duo Trials and Legend Trials. And it's just gonna it's a great quality of life thing. But at least we get auto battle, but honestly, it still needs to be in the background. Okay, version 171, AFK auto battle differences. Due to underlying technical constraints, AFK auto battles can sometimes behave differently than normal battles in specific situations, especially with certain heroes like Sylvan. We introduced a partial fix in version 163 that mitigated the issue, but didn't fully resolve it. In version 171, we will implement a complete fix to eliminate this discrepancy. Okay, so people who are saying Sylvan is still bugged, they're actually right. The largely Sylvan bug has been reduced, however, not completely removed. And we're gonna have to wait until the first, the beginning of the new season to actually have this eliminated, this bug. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it needs to be fixed, obviously, because, auto progress in the background is otherwise just not working as intended. And then version 171, separate formation saves for dark. Okay, this is also really good quality of life. Invasion. So your homestead invaders, you're gonna have separate formation saved for your boss battles and for the normal battles. This is something people have been wanting for a long time, because otherwise you have to keep your formation IDs saved throughout the whole season and swap back and forth when you're attacking the boss and when you're attacking the mobs. They'll no longer override each other, making it much easier to swap. That's good. Where you want to run solo pack, you'll be able to choose specific phantom levels to reset. Yes, finally, this quality of life. This is why I just don't reset my phantom. I'm not leveling all my phantoms up back to level 90 just to change one phantom's level, right? Giving you more flexibility with your progression. 171 resonating hall filter optimizations. We're adding an enhanced force level option to the resonating hall filter list. Honestly, I don't think that really changes much. Version 171 wishes and hero choice list optimizations. You'll be able to view heroes directly in the all hero recruitment wish list. Have a recruitment hero choice list. I don't even know really what that means or how that matters. Hero pinning. This is interesting. Pinned heroes will appear closer to the top in your hero list, including the resonating hall information interfaces. This is really good, because now we have so many heroes. So for example, in Dream Realm, formation interfaces, right? Probably Dream Realm, you can pin your heroes. And then you don't have to look at all of your heroes which are not involved. So you can pin your top heroes that you use most frequently in different modes, whatever it may be, and they're going to always be at the top of the list. That's really good, very needed, and also in Resonating Hall. So if you're working on ascensions of a hero, you can have them pinned up top. Okay, 8. Pop-up reminder optimizations. When you run out of invite letters and need to spend diamonds to pull, the purchase confirmation pop-up will now include a don't show again today. Yeah, that's also quality of life. For the whales out there, well, not even the whales, the players who just use diamonds to summon, even on the collab, we're going to be using diamonds to summon. But yeah, the story of Vesperia continues. Thank you for every single player who stayed with us to support the game. We'll keep working hard to improve your experience. We look forward to continuing the journey with you. Lastly, we prepare a small gift for everyone. Please redeem the code in game to claim it. Okay, so here's a promo code. I'll put it in the description of this video as well. RY60Y capital M MFG7F. The capitals don't actually matter, by the way, if you didn't know. 10 invite letters for 2,000 gold. Okay, guys, so that is going to be it. This was a lot to unpack in the talk with designers. A lot of update, and also a lot of our further analysis speculation. Now, I think that this is definitely a good sign. The developers have been a bit more transparent, with us, with this talk with designers. They have talked about a lot of plans they have for the future. Now, I'm hoping that these plans are actually going to be acted upon exactly how it's mentioned here. I hope that basically we get what we're expecting from what we've read here in the timeline that we were expecting, that has been mentioned here. I'm also hoping that really some of these whichever limited time game mode is really loved by the community or enjoyable, I hope that they do convert it into permanent game modes, because we need more game modes permanently in the game just for more engagement. Because right now it's just Dream Realm, Supreme Arena, which is basically, Supreme League has changed things, but Supreme Arena is exactly the same. Regular Arena is basically a wasteland, an abandoned wasteland who does regular arena? Like, I think if you've been playing AFK Journey for like over 1 year, it's like there's not even. Yeah, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. But basically, we need new permanent game modes, exciting, engaging game modes, which are granting good rewards as well. Especially, we're having 3 Celestial Hypogeans every season. We're having a bunch of rate up heroes being meta, and also these collabs and everything. We need more resource generation, which can be from more ranking rewards, more rewards from different game content. Everyone's going to be happy with that, and it's just basically, it's kind of needed at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. If you have any other ideas, any feedback, let me know in the comments, because the developers may check out this video as well. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it for this video, and if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.